Hello! Oh, we got a mail from Mr. Tolman, by the way. ... I know it may sound strange, but we don't usually accept the kind of assignment he's offering. Forgive me, I really don't want to talk about it right now. Okay? I have to think about my purpose first. Please, don't ask me to say any more. This is something I'll have to deal on my own, and I don't want to share it with other people. Alright. Well, if you don't want to talk to me about it, why didn't you tell me there was a thing? That is just against logic. When you have a secret to hide and you don't want people to know, you don't say there's a secret. You just don't say anything. Because when you say there's a secret, then people will get curious and then they want to know, and then you can't keep your secret. So that is just making no sense. Anyways, welcome back, guys, to another episode of Endless Ocean 1. How are you guys all doing? How is this... well, if you're American, how is Thanksgiving? Because the day that I'm recording this, we are the day of American Thanksgiving, not Canada. Canada did theirs a month ago. I don't know why Americans are so late on Thanksgiving. And we can eat, maybe it's just that are so early in Canada, I don't know. But I think it makes more sense of it being in the autumn than it being late November. Because I thought Thanksgiving was something about... the harvest and everything, and that would make sense if it was in October, but I don't know why it's different in Canada than in the United States. Anyways, let's read the mail we got. We got 3 emails. An analysis, a fossil analysis request, and red coral, and 2 attachments on those. I want to see what these are. Okay, analysis, 7-headed serpent. I think this is about the stone we found into the ruins. From M University Archaeology Dept. Professor Gregorio Mueller. Analysis results. The 7-headed serpent. This bears a close resemblance to the coat of arms of an ancient king, the memory of which has been retained by the people of the Powell Republic over countless generations. The ruins may perhaps have been left by the original settlers here, the ancestors of the people of Powell. Cool. So there is an ancient king, a coat of arms of an ancient king on one of the stones of the that we found into the ruins. That is pretty cool. What's this? Fossil analysis request. I think this is what we found into the abyss, maybe? From Nikolai Komodo. My name is Nikolai Komodo. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm trying my best. And I am a curator at the Kaya National Museum. Mrs. Catherine Sunday gave me your contact details. The fossil which you recently found is most interesting. It is a fossil of a very unusual creature that lived some 500 million years ago in the Cambrian period. Remains of the same creature have been found in China, the USA, and Australia, but the fossil you have found is different from those seen previously. I would very much like to carry out a detailed analysis of this fossil. I have sent something which I hope will be of some use to you. Intrepid suit. Ooh la la, me like it. I want to see that. What is this? Red coral. From the Powell Jewelers to Catherine Sunday. Thank you for contacting us about the red coral. This is a truly superb find. Would very much like to purchase this item at the price we discussed. Please confirm if this is acceptable to you. As a token of your appreciation, we have sent you some of the very latest diving gear. Light blue suit. Ooh man, I want to see what we got. What new suits do we have? Right now we're wearing the submarine suit, and we have the seaweed suit, which is the default one. And then there is, drumroll, Intrepid. I don't know. I don't think this really fits my personality. It's way too modern. And it also makes me think in a way of Japanese. I do not know why. And this is not, I'm not trying to be ignorant, but I don't know why. It just makes me think of that. That's maybe just me. I don't know. And we got the burning heat suit, which we already had before. And we can see my beautiful abs. And we have the light blue suit. Ooh, man. That's a little bit more of my style than the burning heat, because it's less, what could I say, show off? It's not like we're trying to be so cool with a fire on our suit. It's just modest style, but it still shows our muscular structure. Do I prefer that, or do I prefer the Intrepid? I think I actually prefer the Intrepid of those two. I could get used to this. I never used this before, but those gloves are not working with this suit. Let's change it to something less clashy. Catcher blue gloves. That is better. It goes with the palms. Is this the palms? No, it's fins. It is fins, because in French it's called palme, so I got mixed up. I apologize about that. Anyways, where are we going to go dive in this episode is a question you're probably all asking right now. You're probably just there sitting on your computer chair or on your iPhone and screaming at your screen, MaitreDesBlocs, where are you going to dive today? And that is the question that I want to answer right now. We are going to, I think we're going to do some exploring today, because for a couple episodes all I've been doing is just doing the plot itself and also diving at places we already been to. So I think we're going to try to explore some more of the Maitre's Atoll in this episode, and also maybe go into the ruins in the same time, because that would be fun too, and we'll be able to see if we can get the rarest fish in the game while we're over there. So let's actually sleep, because I prefer sleeping in the day. No, I was gonna say I prefer diving in the day than in the night, so I think we should be good to go now. And sploosh sploosh, let's go with Noiselle this time. Into the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. Da 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 da. I don't know really the words of the song in English. All I know is under the sea, because that's where we're going to explore the ocean and its wonderful creatures. And we are here at Maitre's Atoll. Behind me, this is the entrance to the ruins, I think. Yeah, over there. And by the way, guys, if you remember the ruins episode, and you saw how big those were, I'm going to show you why I see this as unrealistic. Right now, I'm going to circle... Oh, wait, what? That was random. Oh my gosh! That was a really lucky find right there. First fish of this dive, the clown anemone fish. Anemone fish. There we go. I want to say it right. Can be seen all year round in the coral around Maitre's. And we didn't find it earlier because the clownfish species are really rare. Except on two places. The side of the cliff at the Great Drop-Off, which is a place we didn't find yet. And also at a rock in the Rockland. And this is new. Hello. Who are you? You look like a zebrafish. Golden spadefish, a young version of it, can be seen easily around Maitre's all year round. Although for some reason I only find these fish from like on the left side of Maitre's, like on all this half. Not on the other side for some reason. Even though it seems to say you can find it everywhere, but you can't. You can only find it on the left side of the ocean. And I don't really understand the logic of that. But as I was going to say, we're going to circulate, do the circumference. We're going to do the perimeter of the Maitre's Atoll, and I'm going to show you how big it is. So this is the left side of it. If we go on the side of this cliff is going all the way to over there, and then it turns. And you know how big the ruins are? This is so tiny. This atoll is so tiny compared to the size of the ruins. And why is the water pink? Never seen that before. Is it because we're early day? Yeah, it's because we're doing a morning dive. I probably already saw that before, I just didn't notice it. And whoa, I got flipped. I think I was going this way. I just decided to switch my view around. Oh, that is because I turned my head outside of the water. And then it turned my head into the water to the correct angle. Makes sense. But yeah, the atoll is pretty small. Actually, it's not that small. But it's not even close to be the size of the ruins that they habit. That brain coral is having a bad day, it seems, because it's half out of the water. Can we see it? No, we can't. There's not even a landmass over there. Even though... Oh, maybe there is no landmass. I thought there was. I thought the atoll was a landmass in a way. Around the ruins. I don't think we're going to be able to circulate the atoll. Nope, we are not able to. Let's go back. And let's go this way. No, not that way. This way. I'm going to try to get as much of the map as I can into this dive. Just to map out more of the unmapped areas. I don't know how else to call it, really. And try to see if we can find some new fish in the way. Running out of commentary. You know, even though it seems, because I think about my episodes in advance. This is a trick I've been using since I started YouTube. I've been thinking about my episodes in advance and what I want to talk about before I actually start recording. And that is a really good trick to do in case when you are actually recording, you just, at a certain point, you just don't know what to say anymore. And YouTube videos, I think, of gaming are made more interesting when a guy is talking over them. It depends on the voice, though. There are some games that I think are way better when no one is talking about them. And that is why some of the games I'm recording on my Nostalgia series, which is Nostalgia, some games of my childhood, I did not talk over the games. First of all, the games are French, and even though French is my native language and I could do commentary in French on them, I do not, because I do not want to let my voice interfere with the memories of the people who are watching the video. Because the people who watch those videos are not there for who I am, are not there to hear my voice. They're there to hear the game itself. They're there to see the game of their childhood, just like me. So, because of that, I'm not talking in those videos. But in videos like this, I usually think about what I want to talk about before I start recording. But that doesn't mean that in the middle of an episode, I can just completely forget what I'm saying. But on YouTube, it doesn't show because usually I just cut those parts out. So I talk non-stop in the entire video. But this is a good example of what I do when I don't know what to say anymore. I just think about what's going on and I can just find a subject to talk about. And we found a new area, it seems. I think this is the Sharp Reeves? Knives Reeves? Yeah. It's probably Knives Reeves. Uh-huh. Indeed. Knives Reef. I know some fish that are very unusual to be found in other places that you can find here easily. For example, the crowned, I think it's crowned starfish? Oh, and those guys too. The golden trevallies. Oh, and those guys too. Yeah, there are a bunch of fish here that you wouldn't be able to find easily in other places. So because of that, we're going to get to all of them. But as I was saying, yes, doing commentary on YouTube is not as easy as it might seem. You're not just jumping into a game and talk. You can't just really do that. Although now, these days, I am able to do that sometimes. But it's not easy. It's easier for me to find a subject to talk about before, and then later on in the video, I just basically talk about the subject I've chosen. For example, in my Grassy Wednesday series that I finished now, the podcast series I've been doing in Minecraft of me harvesting all the mycelium on my mushroom island, I always thought about the subject I wanted to talk about before the video. So I was not just there like, hi, hello, I'm recording a video and talking and yeah, like I could have done if I didn't think about it in the first place. But it's interesting. I'm talking way too fast. It's interesting to see the change that has been going on with myself, as I'm talking about, like, it's interesting for me to see how much my commentary and the way I make my videos has evolved over time. When I started doing YouTube, I had a very calmish voice. Aha, that's the starfish I was looking for. That guy right there. Hello. In real life, don't ever try to pet one of those, because they are poisonous on their spines, and that will very possibly kill you or hurt a lot. So do not do that. In this game, though, we can just poke them just like this and nothing. There we go. Crown of Thorns starfish. The spines contain a poison that can lead to death if touched. Yeah, remember that, kids. If you ever go to the tropics where those fish live in real life, I don't exactly know where they live. I'm not a connoisseur of those species. I know a lot about the ocean and its marine creatures because when I was younger, one of my passions was to actually become a diver. I wanted to become a diver, and I wanted to learn as much as I could about the fish and its marine life. But my dream, it kind of died over time. Not because I lost interest into it, but because life has showed me otherwise. Because I discovered what was into my possibility and what was not into my possibility. First of all, being in Canada as I am, the diving possibilities here are a lot more limited than it would be if I was into the tropics, for example. Because here, the water is cold, and most of the water near Canada anyways, is not water where we would find many things. Like, there are no coral reefs or anything of the sort. So, because of that... Oh, I already got you today. What? Oh, I already got all three of you. I'm sorry. I forgot about that completely. Where are we? We're like over D5. Okay. We can just go into this direction. That is a big... Oh, that is a whale shark. What? The whale shark is all the way over here. This is pretty far from the Marija Atoll. What are you doing here? Hello. Can I pet ya? Oh, wow, that was fast. 2 out of 3. But yeah, my dream kind of changed over time to the idea of being a writer, and then it evolved to the idea of being a YouTuber. And I still write today, and I'm still working on a book at the time that I'm recording this video, and I plan to publish it one day, but it's just not finished. So right now, my two ideas, my two main passions, are writing and YouTubing, and those are the things I do in my free time at the moment. But why I changed my mind from being a diver? Because I have had in the past, and I don't exactly understand still what was the exact cause of it. But when I was younger, I had some respiratory problems, I could say, at a certain point. I had a really bad cough. A really, really bad cough. I always, when I get sick... What? Nothing? I saw Zoom right there. There we go. Another species of clownfish. Hello. Hello. 2 clownfish in the same dive. Pretty impressive, considering how rare these fish are. Oh yeah, I have to feed you. But what I was gonna say, I was one of those kids that when I had just a normal cold, I would cough so much that people would think there was really something wrong with me and that I was in danger of my life or something. When in reality, for me, oh what? I found gobbies for the first time in a coral reef. But, what was I saying again? Breathing stuff. Yeah, when I got a cold, I was coughing so much and so hard that people would think there was a problem with me. But in reality, I've always had that in my life. I always cough like what I do now. It's not new for me. I'm used to it. And I don't really worry about it because that's the only way to cough that I ever really had. But at a certain point, in the middle of a summer, a couple years ago, I had a cough that basically lasted for the whole summer. And I think it was some sort of allergy reaction. And I changed a little bit what I was eating, and it just stopped after a while, but I still realize that my breathing, respiratory capacity... Hey, you guys, I even forgot you were in the game. I didn't see you in a long time. But my respiratory system, I think, is a little bit weaker than other people. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like sports. Because I've never been good at sports. When I tried my endurance, I get exhausted way faster than... Well, I didn't try that in like a couple of years now, but when I did do some sports a couple of years ago, I got exhausted way easier than other kids of my age. So because of that, my dream of diving, I pretty much changed my mind on that for something a little bit more realistic from what I saw I could do. And one thing I always loved when I was younger was reading. I loved reading, and I always read novel after novel, series after series, all the popular series. I read the big series like Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Lord of the Rings. I read all of that when I was younger, and I still love to read today, even though I read different things these days. Like I read, for example, all the Dan Brown's books a couple years ago. Where are we going? Actually, not a couple years ago. That was like last year. But time goes by so fast that now I don't really know how to estimate time anymore. But because I loved reading so much, I was thinking I could actually write. And I tried to make a book, I think 3 different times I tried to write a book. And life changed, ideas changed, inspiration changed, and I kind of got out of it 2 or 3 times. And now the current one I'm writing, I would say I'm close to 3/4 of it, so I really hope that I can get this one done to the end, because one of my goals is to be able to finish a book from the beginning to the end, which is something I never did before, and I really want to do that someday if I can. So that's something I'm working on aside of YouTube in the same time. And oh, I think we did all of Diving Circle. Nope, we did not. There's still a couple spots down there, but when I'm looking at the time of this video, I think we're already close to the time of the end of this episode. So I think we can head back pretty much right now, because we did quite a bit of progress anyways. Let me just see how much of the map we uncovered. I think that should fill in a lot of the previous blanks. Oh yeah, that was a lot. That was like the dive that I got the most of the map out of since I started this game, probably. And we got an email. Let's check that before we end the episode. And also, there's a polar bear! There's a polar bear on the deck. Hold on a minute. This is new. Hello, polar bear. Do you want a hug? Endless Ocean is the only game where you could actually hug a polar bear. But look at this. He's not even dangerous at all. Like, look at that puppy. It's not a puppy, okay, because it's a bear. So I'm gonna say it's a teddy bear instead. Yeah. Look at the polar bear teddy bear. They're so soft. That's the first time we see one of those on the boat. And I think that's because we are in the northwest corner of the map. So that's where we can see those guys. And those short-tail albatross already got all 3 of those. All 3 information pieces of those, so I'm going to ignore that there was that there. And I think it's time to check the email and then end this episode. Oh, we have 3 emails. First one, find the green garden. From Douglas Rubino. Hey, I heard that Catherine isn't her usual self. I might have an idea of what the problem is. I've known her since she was a kid living in Paul, and I'm pretty sure she's dwelling on something of her past. In her past. It'll be best to ask her directly about her past, but I doubt it'll be easy to get anything out of her. You need some clue to get her to open up and talk. Have you ever seen her pray? Facing the sea? She always faces something, the green garden. In the green garden, you'll find the clue to opening her heart. Okay, so that might be the secrets that she said she didn't want to talk about. That might be Douglas Rubino trying to help me to find what are those secrets. So we have to find the green garden. Good to know. So we just have to see which direction she prays into, because that is the direction that we're going to find Greek Garden into. Or we can just cheat, because I already played the game and know where it is. And look at that, they even put an X on the map. Oh my gosh, it'll be so easy to do that. We're probably going to do that in the next episode. But let's share the 2 other emails we got. Sepo days. Sepo? I'm not sure how you would pronounce that. From Alfred Tolman. In the southeast of Manorai Island, there is a phenomenon where tidal forces sometimes pull large amounts of certain species of fish into a closed inlet. When this phenomenon occurs, it is known as a Sepo day. Sepao. During Sepao days, in this season, one can often see blue tang. When you're next near J9, French and English stupidities. In French, J is pronounced G, and J. I'm getting messed up with the French and English. In French, there is the letter J and the letter J. J is the English G, and J is the English J. G, I mean. I can't even explain, but basically the 2 are inverted the way they sounded like in French. So, near J9 on the map. Why not take a look? Diving info, Knives Reeves, cut from the rock. With the erosion caused by water over tens of thousands of years, it looks as if a knife has sliced through the bedrock, producing the Reeves comb-like form and demonstrating the raw power of nature. Different forms of life, dwelling among the cracks and holes in the bedrock, are fish such as the Japanese bullhead shark, and the long-toothed grouper. Also, because they are cleaner fish here, larger fish visit to get their bodies cleaned. Interesting? Cool. Well, I think it's time for us to end this episode of Endless Ocean 1. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I really hope I provided you with some enjoyment for today. A smile on your face, a laugh, a chuckle, something good, because if I did, I'm happy. And that's all I'm trying to do with this. But anyways, that'll be it for this one. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. MaitreDesBlocs, out.